Hello. So I'm a proud IGSHPA ambassador coming all the way from Stockholm, and together with many colleagues from Sweden. The amount of Swedish participants in these conferences are increasing successively, which is very nice. And I will be here to tell you a little bit about our chapter, IGSHPA Sweden. My name is Jose Acuna. I did my PhD studies in ground source heat pumps, and while I was studying this, I attended many IGSHPA courses, and I realized the potential of this platform and this organization to make this technology really grow and to connect the academy and the industry. So I've been doing this since then, trying to connect the academy and the industry. I do research, leading a small group at KTH, and I do some work in the industry as well. And I'm a proud advisor, academic advisor of our IGSHPA Sweden chapter. We are convinced that IGSHPA is the perfect platform for a sustainable development of ground source heat pump technology worldwide. And we think that we at IGSHPA Sweden and in Sweden in general have a lot to contribute with. It's a very experienced country with a long history of successful installations and research work that we are very happy to spread. And through our IGSHPA Sweden platform, come in contact with all of you. We are also happy that we have the possibility to interact with the other chapters worldwide. We have already established contact with some of them, and I'm convinced that this is going to open many, many interesting doors for IGSHPA and for all of the business actors in our market and academic actors. Sweden has a lot to contribute with, and this is because mainly, historically, we have been very strong in the research world, which has set the base for a strong technology and successively growing technology advance. We have here PhD thesis work dating since the 80s, all the way to 2015. We have here, I just met Professor Johan Claesson, who is behind many of this work. It's the grandfather of ground source heat pump technology, I would say. There is also Dr. Singhil Huelin, who is the author of one of these PhD theses. We have Alberto Lazarotto also. And we have many PhD students attending this conference today who are doing very interesting work that will help this technology to become even better. So 3 of these PhD work are from KTH, which is the university that I represent. And KTH, it's the seat of IGSHPA Sweden. So we have built up the chapter in a similar way as it is built here in the United States, with a link to the Oklahoma State University. We have the KTH, which is the Royal Institute of Technology, the largest technical university in Sweden. And we have built the chapter together with the industry, represented by the Swedish Avanti Drillers Association. This was built in 2015. And today we are 50 members in the chapter. And if you want to know a little bit more about the chapter and what we have done so far, I invite you to go into our homepage, which is right now igshpasweden.com. As I told you, we are building bridges between the academy and the industry. And this is just the beginning of a very interesting story. But this is our motto, building this bridge internationally as well. And so far, we have done some activities. We have identified some key aspects that we have differences with the rest of the world. For example, we don't grout boreholes in many of the places. Most of our boreholes are open, groundwater filled boreholes. So we were attending yesterday a demonstration of how to grout and to compare the methods that are used right now in Sweden with the methods that are used here. There's a picture. We have been also doing some comparison about flushing and purging borehole heat exchangers, and we presented a paper in the European Geothermal Congress, and here we based some of this work in the IGSHPA manuals. And we did the conference that Roshan just told you about. This is the first IGSHPA international conference, or outside Sweden, outside the United States. This was in September last year, and it was a very successful conference. You can find more information on the presentations and even videos of the sessions at this homepage. We had the keynote speaker from NIBE, which is one of the major heat pump manufacturers in Sweden, very well known also here in the United States. And we also have the honor to have John Turley and Roshan Revankar visiting us, among other important people, giving very interesting talks and teaching about IGSHPA and the potential that IGSHPA offers for Sweden and the world. The conference had about 100 participants, and it consisted of 2 days. The first day was more academic or seminars alike, and the second day an expo that we will tell you shortly about. The participants cover a broad spectrum of the industry, from the academy to branch organizations, heat pump manufacturers, plastic pipe manufacturers, utility companies, district heating companies, and so on. So it was a very well representation of our market. We had a panel where we discussed and compared similarities and differences between the American and the Scandinavian ground source heat pump technology. And we had a study visit where we offered the participants to see the heat pump laboratory lab that we have in KTH, which is one of the best heat pump research installations in the world. And we also did a study visit to a large ground source heat pump site just next to the university. The second day of the conference was an expo, and I would like to give the word to Dominika Rydel, who is the main organizer of the expo part of the conference, and she is going to be here to tell you more about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Jose. Well, my name is Dominika Rydel, and I am the elected president of IGSHPA Sweden. I'm also the CEO of the association, the Drillers Association, Avanti. And Avanti has a long history. The work in Avanti started during the 1960s, and it was formally founded in 1973. And we are a non-profit association, and since then we have supported the market. As Jose said, we had 2 days of conference. The second day was called Brunnsborrardagen, which is a tradition within Avanti that goes back 28 years. Brunnsborrardagen means the Drillers' Day. So during this day, we had an exhibition hall indoors and outdoors. And in the pictures, you can see the proud, the proud people from IGSHPA that we had the opportunity to welcome to Sweden, and also National Groundwater Association that gave us a session during this day. We had 8 sessions, seminar sessions, and we also had an award dinner for that day. And we gave out an award given to Palne Mogensen, who is the pioneer in thermal and the TCT. And we also had around 400 visitors and 34 exhibitors during that day. And as you see, we also ended up in media and very many important magazines in Sweden, and also in the Geo Outlook one that we thank you for. But this work that we are doing is, well, I'm standing here together with Jose, but it's not only us. It's so many other people behind us. And I would like to ask Tony Janström and many others to come up here. Tony is our industrial advisor at IGSHPA Sweden. We also have Monica Ignatovic, who is the secretary in IGSHPA Sweden. And last but not least, Jonas Jansson, who is the treasurer in IGSHPA Sweden. And with this, I will also ask Roshan and John to come up, because we wanted to give a little gift. For where we come from, we usually share bread with the people that we like. But this time we decided that we wanted to share a box with the Swedish, 16 pieces of the Swedish bedrock as a thank you, and we hope you have a great conference.
You want to?
Hello, I'm Tony here, and John, he asked me to tell you what he got. And he got the finest thing you can give if you are within the heat pump and digging down and drilling, and that is samples of the Swedish bedrocks. So we have gathered from the south to the north some parts of Sweden to give to IGSHPA.